Hey babes, and welcome back to my channel. This is the Crown of Midnight's reading vlog. I'm so excited to be back with Crown of Midnight's. I am filming the intro after, so I ate this book right up. I think I finished her in 2 days. I was super impressed. I did part of it audiobook and then part of it reading the book. I did cave and buy the rest of the series, so I do own the entire series now. I love this book and I love the characters in it, and I'm so excited to see where their stories go after this. And there was obviously the revelation of aelin galathynius. Warning before we get into the reading vlog is that it is in a vertical style video because it was originally filmed for TikTok prior to the ban. I did bring everything over here. It's all looped together, the entire reading vlog. Without further ado, here's the reading vlog. They said aelin galathynius in chapter 11 of Crown of Midnight's. I am so excited. This is your daily update. I took notes while I was studying. I listened to it on audiobook today, and this is everything I have to say to you. First of all, heartbreaking. Celaena was talking to Dorian and he wanted to talk to her and she said, "I just want you to leave me alone." Like, he had to look like such a kicked puppy after that. That is so sad. Poor guy. That would hurt my feelings so bad. And then conversation with chaol. I love everything that's happening with chaol except for the fact that I love Dorian and I want him to be with somebody. Love chaol for Celaena. They are so cute together. He is giving the grumpy and she doesn't give sunshine. She's also giving like black cat energy. I don't know what it is, but I love the vibes. And I just like, chaol is like my type. I love everything. And when they were talking about Sam and he said that she didn't fail him, like, how am I supposed to breathe after that? We were talking about Archer and quite literally everything she said about Archer and then Archer's comments, like, I just know he's hot. I just know that he is so hot. I feel really bad for him with his current situation because his like past really mirrors hers. Oh my god, I didn't mention earlier, but her whole plan of like not actually killing people, insane. So insane. Genius. And I'm really impressed because you'd think when she was an assassin beforehand that she'd be able to go through with it now, but it sounds like she can't. I just love everything that's going on, and if she kills Archer, I'm gonna be pissed, but I know she won't. And his cute little nickname for her that she quote unquote hates because chaol didn't like it. Whatever. Oh my god. The narrator. I don't know who the narrator is. I don't really understand what the narration is doing, if it's third person or if it's kind of first person, third person, if it's supposed to be Celaena, I don't know. But when she was talking with Dorian and she said he was everything that a prince should be, intelligent, kind, charming. I want Dorian so bad. Love him so much. Because they keep talking about like, well, Terrasen will rise again. They keep making these little like digs that Terrasen's going to rise. And I don't know if that has anything to do with rebellion, but it sounds like Terrasen's a great place. I would rather be there. I'm really excited to meet aelin. So if aelin wants to start up this rebellion and come into the story, that would be really cool. Alright, you guys, Celaena is currently trying to decide whether to kill Archer or not and like trying to talk to him. So I'm gonna leave you here for today. Thanks for caring enough that you wanted a daily update. I got so many comments and so many new Throne of Glass friends. Okay, love you, bye. Aelin galathynius is building an army. This is chapter 11 to chapter 12 of Crown of Midnight. I have some thoughts and I have them written down for you. First of all, aelin is building an army, but we thought aelin was dead. I'm a little confused, but I'm really excited to know who aelin is. It sounds like they're like worried about the army because the king doesn't want it to ruin his mission, which is what exactly? When chaol is worried about her, he says, "I worry because I care." We all need a chaol. We all need a chaol. Underrated. Why are people not talking about chaol? Another underrated character, Philippa. He does so much for Celaena. See the pronunciation? Very demure, very mindful. Literally clothes her in these beautiful gowns and her the tea she needs and literally everything. I think we should appreciate Philippa some more. She reminds me so much of Alice from the ACOTAR series. Relatable Celaena. I wrote the quote down for you guys. She wondered if there was something wrong with her since she cries so easily. If she wasn't relatable before, she is now. Point 4, Davis sucks. Yes. He was on like maybe 2 pages of the book, but I hate him. He was unnecessary. I understand that like nobody else had a key, but like stabbing her with a poison blade was kind of disrespectful. We chose violence, didn't have to. Therefore, Davis should die. Which leads us back to chaol, as it always should. When chaol told Celaena that if she did it again, he would drag her to the dungeons, and she said, for killing him? No, for scaring the hell out of me. It's happening. I literally paused it right here to make this video because I am just, it's too much for my little brain. I am gonna go listen to the rest of the scene and you'll get more of an update on that tomorrow. But I just wanted to get this out here for you tonight because straight up, I'm gonna go lay in my bed and listen to the rest of this chapter. Probably kick my feet, screaming, crying, throwing up. So excited because anything Celaena and chaol, kind of my whole life right now. Is that pathetic? Yes. Is it true? Also yes. Thank you guys for showing up multiple days in a row to listen to me talk about this little series called Throne of Glass. I'm so excited to have made so many new friends that love Throne of Glass and reading books and fantasy books as much as I do. I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay, love you, bye. Celaena and chaol, Crown of Midnights, chapter 13 to around chapter 18. So much to discuss. I have 2 post-its today. And they flirted in front of all of his guards, which was one, just hilarious because you know that those guards have never seen that before out of him, and she was playing along and they weren't sure what to do, and she made a joke about like, oh, she could take him, and the guards were like, yeah, we want to see it. I love him so much. Dorian got upset by seeing them together and decided that he was going to let her go, which was just such a tragic scene to like listen to, but it was so real, like the heartbreak that he was going through. And then he's like, and then I just decided in this moment, like I was letting her go. Oh, I just want Dorian to be happy. Why can't he be happy? He needs better. Not than Celaena, but better than his situation. Then we had the party with the whole singer, and the singer sang the song about magic and fairies, and the king didn't like that so much, so he killed her. But in the meantime, she got to talk about how her daughter died, and her neighbors died, and how everyone died around her, and she worked so hard to get to this very moment to sing it to him, and I respect it. I think if I was the king, I would question her with rebellion stuff, but you know what? I'm not the king. That is a him problem. I did find it quite emotional though. Nehemia got mad at Celaena. Celaena finally told her what her plan was and how she hadn't actually killed anybody, which was a really weird scene. It made me nervous. I trust Nehemia after how the first book ended, but I don't know what it is about her that like I trust, but I'm not sure how it's gonna play out. It scares me a little bit that we told her and took her down into the tunnels and they tried to figure out the whole eye thing. I at least had guesses during the Akatar riddle. I have no idea what's happening. Sarah J. Maas loves her riddles. Why is there a riddle in every book she does? Or every series at least? So Celaena was sad because she couldn't dance at the ball, and then chaol asked her to dance because he could tell that she was sad. And then she asked him, and I quote, "We'll never be a normal boy and a girl, will we?" Why can't she be happy? What is this poor girl? Her entire life, can't they just give her one happy moment? One nice moment with the guy she likes? It's hurting my feelings, and I'm sure it's hurting hers. Then there was the quote. She looked at chaol and realized she was home. Oh, a closed book, done. They're in love. They're in love. Nehemia and Dorian kind of had a weird friendship started when Dorian stormed off and punched a wall, and now he has magic ? No clue what's going on, but I am quite intrigued by it. I don't really understand how magic plays into this world because I thought magic was gone, but then Nehemia used magic, I think, at the battle with Cain, and so I'm a little confused of how magic is working into the world currently because I remember them saying that there are fairies, they just aren't in this area anymore. Do normal humans have powers? I am lost. I know I'll figure it out eventually. I'm just saying I'm lost. Roland is like pretty annoying, but I guess it's good that he called off that vote because we don't need any more camps. But you can't make me like Roland. At least not in this book. I don't like him. He has bad vibes. Dorian doesn't really like him that much. chaol doesn't like him. I'm not gonna like him. And last but not least, when Celaena told the boys that she had that like royal horse, and they were both like, at first I was like, oh, maybe she like comes from like a royal family or of some sort. She said she stole it, so I'm kind of confused again. I keep having like little thoughts and then it not being true. Anyway, thank you all for caring enough to listen. Again, that's my daily update for today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, Love you, bye. What a freaking mess. I finished part 1 of Crown of Midnight and I have so much to say. I don't even have notes for you because I was so in it. What's happening? So I finally get my chaol and celaena. Everything that I have wanted. It is so good. They're finally together. They are finally happy. His whole birthday party scene that she threw for him. It was so good. It was so freaking good. It was everything I could have possibly wanted. How long did it last? A week, I think. 1 week. And then they had to go and ruin it. I understand him keeping secrets for the king. I really do. It's his job. It's the same way it's her job to technically like go take care of people, and he just assumed she was doing that until she told him at dinner that she wasn't, which was a big shock. And obviously he was upset by that, not in the sense that she like isn't unaliving people, but in the sense that like she is risking her life. And she didn't even mention the fact that she has been hiding it because the king threatened chaol, which is just like a whole nother level. Nehemia and chaol, those are the two people that she is trying to protect more than literally anyone else. And then chaol gets taken. Of course she's gonna go save him, as she fucking should. The whole scene was so good because I knew it was gonna be such like a badass moment. For anybody who's read the Mindfuck series, there is nothing more that I love than like a Lana Myers moment where she comes in and kicks major ass. And that's exactly what happened. Until the fucking bomb was dropped, the Nehemia is being taken and possibly killed. I knew it was going to be bad. I knew it was going to be so bad. As soon as Archer said it, I was like, oh no. Oh no. But I had this little tiny sliver of hope left that she was going to walk in and save her and kick major ass again. And then it was just going to be like, oh yay, but now we're fucked with the whole king situation. That's not what happened. Oh my god, my heart aches. My heart aches for Celaena when she walks in and Nehemia and the guards are just down. And I understand her blaming chaol a little bit. Like, you have the right to be angry, but maybe I have like a chaol blindness that I just love him that much. Don't come for me on here, okay? I really understand it. Like, that was his job. He thought she was being questioned. Like, I think chaol's kind of like coming around to the sense that like the king ain't good, and maybe we should like figure that out a little more. But like, that's been his job for so long, and he's not going to abandon post because Dorian's there. So I can understand the confusion, but her breaking down, trying to kill him, and then Dorian being the one to save chaol from her, but also not hurting her, and then putting her in the dungeon with Kaltain. And that was like the moment, the little itty bitty time when I felt really bad for Kaltain, when Celaena was down there with her and Celaena was talking about the terrible stuff that happened to her, and Kaltain was saying that she's being shipped off to marry Langton or whatever the fuck his name is. Fuck him. Just felt really bad for her. I think it like showed her humanity a little bit more, which was nice to see, but still terrible. And the fact that Celaena would rather be drugged than down there thinking about it is understandable, but still really sad. No, chaol, after like 4 days, felt really bad when she was drugged and carried her up to her room. That's where I ended. Dorian now knows he has powers. And he went to see the witch. I forgot about that too. It's just been this weird, heartbreaking, traumatizing chaos since I last talked to you. I'm gonna have to read more tonight before bed, but I just like shocked and I don't even know what to say about this. Oh, before Nehemia died, she had a little meeting with Aelin, and Elaine's like, you know what you have to do because she has to break. So y'all better fucking watch out because Celaena is coming for you. But there is your end of Crown of Midnight update. I will continue reading and hopefully you will get another update tomorrow. Okay, I love you, bye. Crown of Midnight is crazy. Ending of part 1 was killer. It was just like, what the fuck just happened? I don't know, couldn't tell you. It was a lot and it was emotional. But now I've read up to chapter 47 and I have much to discuss. First of all, Baba Yellowlegs, she's creepy as hell. She is super creepy, and apparently the last witch which they talk about later how she is not the last wish. Dorian goes and talks about his magic, which is just so questionable, and then Celaena goes in and is asking about the keys, which is also super questionable to go and trust this witch, which is why she doesn't let the witch leave. Makes sense. Wasn't the nicest thing to do. I get it, whatever. The word keys. The word keys are very interesting. I don't want to equate the word keys to like Zodiac Academy, but I love Zodiac Academy. For anyone who's read it, I feel like it matches the whole king stuff from Zodiac Academy, what's kind of going on with the king in this book. I'm here for it, but also slightly annoyed by it. Looking at my sticky note, Celaena's will, how she left everything to chaol so that he wouldn't have to return home if something happened to her, even though she's still mad at him and she decided not to change her will. It makes me happy. It's the little Celaena and chaol moments. Y'all know it doesn't take much. Then Celaena decided that she's going to go down the stairs into the little dungeon in the library and just, you know, explore, see what's in there. That was a bad choice because there is something down there and I don't know if it's something experimented on or if it's a fairy. To be honest, I'm quite confused. Dorian follows her down there because he's wondering why she didn't come back up yet. And so he runs down and his magic tells him to turn around, but he knows Celaena's down there. So he runs faster down the stairs to save her. You know, he doesn't do a lot of saving. She does a lot of saving here, but it was the sentiment that counts. I love that he ran after her. Such a Dorian lover and a chaol lover. Like, honestly, there's very few people in this book series that I hate at this point. The king is one. The king is like the big one, and Duke Parrington get fucked. Last big bomb that was just dropped on us was that the king used word keys to have like Cain and the monsters and shit. Mort said that he thought that he would need more than one to control all that he's controlling, which means he has 2 out of the 3 word keys, which is so concerning. And the world should really be really worried, and they should be really happy that Celaena's there trying to solve it for them. Is bad news for them. I do think it's interesting that he banned all magic except for his own. In turn, that also left Dorian with his magic, but he's worried that Dorian can't go to his dad to talk about it because he doesn't know that his dad knows and he thinks his dad will hurt him, which would not put it past him, but it's just a weird situation. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I will do some more reading and give you another update tomorrow. I hope this lived up to expectations. I know there has been some waiting and I appreciate all of you for coming back. Let me know your favorite part, if I've hit your favorite part of Crown of Midnights yet. And I've gotten a lot of notes to record myself for the last chapter. Let me know, is it just the last chapter or is it just like the last 2 chapters? Like, how much do you guys want? Okay, I love you, bye. Celaena's scream was still echoing through the passageway as chaol leapt off the stairs and hurtled through the misty portal after Fleetfoot. What the fuck? I'm on chapter 49 of Crown of Midnights now. I'm so close to the end and I feel like everything just happened in this last chapter. I called Nehemia. Nehemia came and said, don't call me again. Archer is fucking evil. Archer was playing Nehemia and now he took the book with him. Chaol is now in another dimension with Fleetfoot with this demon thing. Celaena is there with Dorian, but Celaena just jumped through the portal. You know when you just have a feeling that things aren't gonna end well? That's where I'm at. And when she saw chaol shielding Fleetfoot with nothing but his bare hands as his discarded sword snapped in 2 by the demon who hovered over them. What the heck? Because she wasn't human, chaol realized, gaping at her from where he still crouched over Fleetfoot. No, she wasn't human at all. Celaena was Fae. It makes so much sense. I'm not surprised. It was just a big reveal. I didn't think this was going to be the way it was revealed. To be honest, I thought Dorian's powers were going to be revealed first, chaol and everyone else. But he had that dream and chaol came running and now they're both in this portal and Dorian is not and Fleetfoot's laying there and Celaena is Fae. That was the end of chapter 49. There are 55 chapters I just checked. I'm going to do just like an update a chapter from now until the end of the night when I finish it. Celaena was just revealed. We are on chapter 50 of Crown of Midnights. Throne of Glass is fucking wild, you guys. And this is my chapter 50 update. We are going to read it together. I didn't expect it to hurt, but I guess. Do they have to change into Fae? Because in ACOTAR, I swear Cassian, Azriel, and Rhys have wings all of the time. Am I wrong? Am I confused? I know it's not supposed to be mean, but she says she could smell his terror, his awe, smell his blood. So human, so ordinary. I would be so offended by that. If I found out you were Fae and you called me ordinary. I don't want to hear any of y'all talking bad about chaol because he saw that and he jumped through the portal and saved her. And now they're back on their side of the portal. And yeah, they can't close it, but like still. So chaol tells celaena to close it. And she said, I'm drained, I can't. But Dorian, you can. I just love them. This little trio is like my favorite thing ever. So we still don't know if it worked or not, but Dorian said, I think we all need a drink and an explanation. Yeah, I would say so. Chaol stepped into her path. Don't you even think. Panting, she sheathed Damaris. He's mine. Before Chaol could grab her, she hurtled down the stairs. Oh, Archer is in for it. In fact, the Archer is the mastermind who killed Nehemia. Ooh, I'm pissed. I sense I've made a mistake. I trusted Archer. I thought he was gonna be good. Now I trust no one. Except for Chaol and Dorian. That was chapter 50. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that I'm not fucking this up too bad because apparently my senses are just incorrect. Celaena just ran after Archer, and I'm really hoping that she gets him. He is really on my last nerve. He should probably be unalived. Oh yes, the grates won't open for Archer, and so she is right behind him. Taste of revenge. Not her saying perhaps the gods do listen sometimes. Rip. Well, funny but not funny, haha. But kind of funny, haha. Did Archer really just say I killed her for our sake? He is so dumb. Why would you say that to her? We must rise up against the king. I agree that the king needs to go, but you done fucked up. Nehemia was hiding something else about you. She didn't want you involved, and I thought it was just because she didn't want to share you with us, but now I wonder why exactly. What more did she know? None of your fucking business, Archer. Back the fuck off. Still cannot believe that this is all Archer and Archer's bad. I have really good judgment in characters. Usually. She should have killed him. She should have killed him. And the king asked her to. Fuck. I mean this in the nicest possible way, but I think I lost some respect for her when she let him leave. Finish him. You think he's not going to turn his back on you again? I just don't understand. Is that a me thing? Am I a bad person? I read dark romances. Maybe that's why I'm just like, but like, I don't get it. Why are we letting him leave? He kills your friend, your best friend. He almost just got you, the man you love, and your other best friend killed, and your dog. Yeah, the king's bad, but like, this guy is just as bad. This guy has done almost more to you than the king has, at least in recent years. Like, I know your family and all that, but that was like 10 years ago. She's a better person than I. I knew you were a good woman. Look, Archer needs to get out of here. There was a hint of triumph in his eyes. He thought he'd won, manipulated her again. One foot after another, she walked back toward him with predatory calmness. She stepped close enough to kiss him. He gave her a wry smile. No, I'm not. And then she moved too fast for him to stand a chance. Archer's eyes went wide as she slid the dagger home, jamming it into his heart. Just kidding. I love her. But Nehemia was. Guys, we're on chapter 52 already. I cannot believe it. So close. I have no idea what's coming. But I know that it's going to be important because you guys told me to vlog at least the last 2 chapters. So I think that I have 3 left. Okay, I love you, bye. God, I was getting sick of Archer. We are on chapter 52 of Crown of Midnights now. Celaena just ended Archer. Thank God. I thought she was gonna let him go, and I was honestly a little upset seeing my last vlog. Also, Chaol's watching. Good. Good. He should see that because they attacked him for no reason. Celaena refused to let the healer look at her until Fleetfoot's leg was fixed. What a good dog mom. She is such a good dog mom. Dorian was helping the best that he could. I need Dorian to be happy. Why can't he be happy? We just need a little ounce of happiness. Celaena's got jokes. She told the healer that if he didn't look at Dorian first, she'd report her to the king. That's fucked. We're gonna get some answers. My great-grandmother was Fae, and even though my mother couldn't switch into an animal form the way that Fae can, I somehow inherited the ability to shift between my Fae form and my human form. You can't shift anymore? When magic stopped 10 years ago, I lost my ability. It's what saved my life, I think. As a child, when I was scared or upset or had tantrums, I couldn't control the shift. I learned to master it, and I would have given myself away at some point. In that world, magic or something like it still exists, and it is just as awful and overwhelming as I remembered. She knew she was Fae. That's not a surprise to her. I don't think it surprises me that she's Fae because I assumed that she would be, or that she would at least have magic. I didn't really understand if like the Fae was in this series or not, or if that was just like an ACOTAR thing. But I didn't expect her to know that she was. I thought that it was going to be like, all surprise. We all have to figure it out together, but she already knows. This is the moment. This is why I love chaol. Right here, because I knew this would happen. Okay, how can you still look at me like that when you know what I truly am? Fae, assassin, no matter what you are, don't say it. So in love. They're so in love. Are celaena and Dorian related somehow? I don't know why I think that, but if they're the only two people who have magic, then it'd be really weird if they dated. I'm very fucking confused. Why does chaol want to go home? Why is he giving up his position? And why does he want the royal family unelect? I just don't, what? So he's doing it to save celaena. We are all trying to save, what's that, Damon Salvatore, I'm protecting Elena. That's how I feel. She would always hate him for what he'd done. No, she won't. But he could do this for her, even if he never saw her again, even if she was abandoned her duties as King's champion and stayed with the Fae in Wendland forever. As long as he knew that she'd be safe, that no one could hurt her, he'd sell his soul again and again for that. That's the end of the chapter. We're on chapter 53, you guys. So much has happened. I still love chaol. That hasn't changed, not in 2 books. So this feels like betrayal. We're at the meeting and Dorian didn't know that chaol is suggesting leaving. We made it to chapter 53 of Crown of Midnights. I think this is gonna be chapter 53 and 54 because I think 54 is really short. So let's get started. Oh my god, there's wyverns and riders, so it's basically Fourth Wing? Is that what's happening? Are the wyverns like the same? Which in my head looks like big gummy bears. The king sure has a lot to say about Baba Yellowlegs, and it makes me wonder if he purposefully brought her to the castle and she was like helping or something, but it definitely would have gone bad if he would have found out that Dorian had magic and that celaena had like a plan not revolving around the king and knew that she was looking for word marks. So it's probably a good thing that she is. The king is making chaol explain to her that she needs to leave. So the king is going to test out whatever secret voodoo shit he's doing in the background, and Elena was waiting for celaena when she got back to her room. Elena's like, I can't do this and do what you want me to do. And she's like, well, this other thing is real close and I think that's why chaol wants you to go, so maybe it's a good idea. Elena said the captain is trying to save you the only way he knows how. Chapter 54. Okay, good. Dorian should stand up to him because like what the fuck? He didn't tell him the real reason. I love chaol, but I just love Dorian. When Dorian said, if anything happens to her in Wendland, I'll make you regret the day you were born, to his best friend. Hot. That was so hot. chaol responded with, one of us has to start leading Dorian. That is so rude. That is so rude. So celaena's at Nehemia's grave now and she's talking to her and she said, I promise on my name, on my life, even if it takes until my last breath, I promise I will see you away freed. And she's like bleeding, the blood's dripping. It's like a little blood promise. And that's the end of chapter 54. I'm so excited that I'm gonna do one more update and it's gonna be the last 2 chapters. Be on the lookout for that. I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, love you, bye. It's finally time to finish Crown of Midnight. We have 2 chapters left, let's go. Dorian just brought her a stack of books and that is my love language, I think. I would cave for that. And then he asked, were you going to leave without saying goodbye? And she said, I thought it'd be easier that way. For goodbye. If it takes 2 weeks to get there and it will take 2 weeks to go home, that's a month. And then there's however long it takes to do that. So like, that's a really long time. She hasn't gone that long without seeing him since she came to the castle. Trying to convince her not to go. She says, I'll be fine. And he says, but I won't be. Every day that you're there, I will be wondering what has become of you. I won't forget you, not for 1 hour. Okay, my team Dorian again. I love chaol. I have a feeling Dorian's gonna end up being my favorite guy character in this series because I just have loved him from like the very first time he was on my page. It's something about the banter, but then he like is so strongly like protective of her. I love it. She stopped him before he left and said, "Thank you for all that you've done for me, Dorian. Thank you for being my friend, for not being like the others. I'll come back for you." Right before she's about to leave, chaol shows up and said, "Do you understand why I did this?" He nodded and said, "I have to return here." And he said, "No." She said, "Listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you." His brows rose. She gave him the eye of Elena and said, "Never take it off. It will protect you from harm." And he said, "Celaena, I can't. I don't care if you go looking for the keys, but someone has to know about them, someone other than me. All the proof is in the tomb. If you hadn't convinced the king to send me away, we would have figured them out together. But now," she said, "you'll figure it out. And when you do, I want you to remember that it wouldn't have made any difference to me. It's never made a difference to me when it came to you. I'd still pick you. I'll always pick you." We are on the last chapter of Crown of Midnights now, and chaol's trying to figure out what Celaena meant before she got on the ship and left. So now we are trying to figure it out too. Okay, we have answers about the date. This morning, King Aelin Galathynius, his nephew and heir, Ro, and Ro's wife, Aelin, were found assassinated. Aelin was murdered in his bed at the royal palace. There's no word yet about the fate of their daughter, Aelin. We have Aelin Galathynius! That's mean. I'm gonna keep reading before I make assumptions. But then he remembered something about the name Aelin Ash River. Aelin Ash River Galathynius' name was written at the bottom, and above it her mother Evelyn's. Maeve, Mora, and Mab. I've heard the name Maeve. I think I was right. Aelin Galathynius, heir to the throne of Terrasen, died today. Before help could reach her deceased parents, the state the assassin who had missed her the night before had returned. Her body had not been found, though some believe it was thrown in the river behind her parents' house. She once said the Airbin had found her half dead and frozen on a riverbank. He was just jumping to conclusions. Maybe she merely wanted him to know that she clearly still cared about Terrasen. Ash River eyes, the faintest eyes from legends old, of brighter blue ringed with gold. A strangled cry came out of him. How many times had he looked into those eyes? How many times had he seen her avert her gaze, the one bit of proof she couldn't hide from the king? Celaena Sardathian wasn't in league with Aelin Ash River Galathynius. Celaena Sardathian was Aelin Ash River Galathynius, heir to the throne and rightful queen of Terrasen. Celaena was Aelin Galathynius, the greatest living threat to Aderlin, the one person who could rise an army capable of standing against the king, and now she was also the one person who knew the secret source of the king's power and who sought a way to destroy it. And he just sent her the arms of her biggest allies. Chaol sank to his knees. I'm gonna need 3 to 5 business days to recover. I'm just glad no one died, besides Archer, but who really cares about him? I always get nervous with Sarah J. Maas books because I feel like at the end of each of her books, she likes to kill off a character. Whether she brings them back or not is not the point, but she always kills them and I end up crying. So I'm just glad that we have no tears. We're happy. And Celaena is powerful and she's gonna save the world. I am really glad that she told chaol and that chaol told us. I had a feeling that that was the case a little bit into the book, and then I was like, no, that's stupid. And then I had a feeling when I said that I wasn't gonna say it because I didn't want to be wrong, but our queen Aelin Galathynius is here. Aelin Ash River Galathynius is going to save the world, and I'm so excited to watch her do it. If you followed my entire time reading Crown of Midnights, thank you for being here, and I hope that you will continue to watch my updates. Please let me know what kind of updates you like, because at the beginning I was just doing like, at the end of the day, I'll tell you what I've read, which is probably what I'll do for the like majority of books. But if you guys have certain chapters that you want for each book that are more like this, where I like just film my whole reaction, I can do that. Okay, I love you, bye. All right, I hope you enjoyed Crown of Midnights. I'm so excited to hear what you guys thought about the certain scenes that I very clearly took issue with. I'm so excited to see where Celaena's story continues. I'm excited to see what happens with Dorian, and I'm very curious what the plot line with chaol is. So we will see where they end up. I'm reading Assassin's Blade next, so no Assassin's Blade or spoilers for the rest of the series, please. I haven't read it yet. Let me know if you want to see reading vlogs for the rest of the series, because I will be reading it shortly. Let me know in the comments if your opinion on my favorite character has changed or not, or who it will be continuing on with, things that I don't know or characters I don't know yet. All right, I love you, bye.